All right, Jason Rona here. We're out trackside here with Brent Thielke of Team Associated. He's the race organizer, team manager. He's putting up the banners. He's probably going to help paint the track. Brent, first day of practice here officially. How are things going?
I'm really happy. I have a lot of good compliments on the track design, which is always a little concern. You want to make something that, with the limited practice, you can get around relatively easy, but isn't too easy that the guys can't race on it and enjoy themselves. So a lot of good feedback on that. Kind of waiting for the tires to come around a little bit, but here in the last round, it was really good and a lot of fun to drive on. So that's most important for me. Looks like we're going to have some good passing opportunities. Should be able to see some great racing this weekend.
I've seen a couple people online, Red RC's put up a couple reports, where basically the theme is always like waiting for the track to come around, waiting for the tires to come around. For the people that don't really kind of know, and, sometimes people make fun of us because we, whether we're racing on AstroTurf or we're racing on high grip dirt, people sometimes think that maybe we're whining or need a lot of traction. But what are the racers, from your standpoint, what is it that they're actually saying in these reports?
Yeah, normally here at OCRC, when you show up, you kind of sand your tires in a little bit, get that nice little edge on them, kind of open the pores of the tire up so that it takes the sauce a little more, it softens up the rubber, and just, that's what's really worked the best on this dirt over the years, the way they pack it, the way they water it, all that type of stuff. So that's what people are used to here at OCRC. And at the Reedy race, we have a no sanding, no cutting, no trimming policy for the tires, so that's fair for everybody. There's people that live here for weeks, months ahead of time, whether they're from in-state or out-of-state, preparing for this event. And I think it helps level the playing field for those guys that are traveling across the country that can't come here every other weekend or aren't local, to where they can compete. And a lot of the invite guys get here once a year, maybe twice a year if they're lucky. That's the reason we end up doing that, is we want to try to create as even a playing field as we can. That's why we have the spec sauce. We impound the invitational tires every night to try to take any speculation out of people doing questionable things to them there. So we used to really try to promote that everybody's on the same platform, let the drivers do the driving and the racing, and may the best man win.
So far, really the only thing that we can really judge so far, for the most part, is open, because they've had some seating practice. Who do you see at the tops there, and what are you impressed by so far?
Really impressed with a couple of my guys, honestly. Jake Mayo came out in top-seeded two-wheel drive, and Alex Kukushik was right behind him, actually led it till the very last couple laps. And both those guys have really taken big steps here in the last 6 months. Got an opportunity to race with Alex at the race at Trackside late this last year, and man, it was a whole nother level since the last time I saw him drive. And got an opportunity to go with Jake to an event just earlier this year, and again, just his ability to adapt and learn and listen and apply all the knowledge that he got, rooming with Cavallari, hanging with us. You can really see it in his driving. The confidence is there. In four-wheel drive, Cole Tollard's been really fast. He, again, another kid from the Midwest that has had some success here and there, and this is an event that's tailor-made for him. These kids that can step up and shine in their own limelight and not, take a third or a fourth podium with Cavallari and Rivkin ahead of them. It's their turn to shine. So that's one thing I really like about this race, is that you do get some differentiation there of the skill level, and you allow those guys to succeed as well.
I mean, one thing, back to your point of sort of leveling the playing field, but I mean, you got Cole Tollard, who, he does come here once a year, and like you said, he's got his four-wheel working, and he's a top seed, so it shows you that you can come in from out of town if you have your game together and you're a good driver, and you can do well in the open class.
Absolutely. Cole's been going fast for many years, and just over this last year has kind of found a little more consistency. Him and his dad, Jim, have a good program going. And I like to think, support from the team really helps. He's got Chad Dew, who helps him out a lot when he's back home. When we see him, you and I, we help him, pick up on the things that we see, and I think it makes a difference. I think the confidence helps, just the repetition of being in the moment a couple different times. He's raced this race, I think this will probably be his third year, and overall very happy with how he's doing, and I can't wait to see him get through the qualifiers and hopefully into the mains.
From your driving perspective, you're also racing here this weekend. You never really shy away from the work or the racing side of it. How's your personal racing?
It's really the only peaceful time I have on the event is when I'm on the track for my own personal 5 minutes at a time. Obviously involved with a lot of different stuff and pulled a lot of different ways, but at the heart, I'm a racer. I love driving RC cars. Done it for a lot of years, and with all the effort I put into the event and making it go as well as I can, I like to enjoy it from that side as well. And I think it also helps me relate to the racers when I hear complaints about the way the event's structured or the way the track's designed or something. I think it helps keep me in touch with the actual event, which is the most important thing for me at this time. So, I enjoy it. Don't get to prep as much as I would like, but try to do as much work ahead of time. I got some good teammates beside me that'll do anything I need, whether it's gluing tires or doing my shocks or whatever. Spencer's pitting right across from me. He's offered multiple times to help out. Chad Dew's next to me. He's helped out. All those guys are really understand that I'm being pulled from not only event side and a team side and a driver side and organization side, that it's totally different for me. Usually I'm really hands-on at the races with the actual racers, and I think they all know that unless it's super emergency, they'll come to me for something. But they rely on each other, which I think helps build the team atmosphere as well.
So, kind of looking at the invite class a little bit, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell. I was in the practicing, who's going to be the man out there, and who's going to put all those victories together that you need usually to win the invitational. But I mean, from what you've seen, what are you seeing with the guys, and who looks good?
It's the same guys. I know people are tired of hearing their names, so I'm not even going to mention them, but it's the guys that have put their names on the Heritage Trophy in the past. They know how to win this race. You have other kids that are hungry for it as well. So I think there's probably 5 to 7 people that can win this race. And like you said, a lot of it has to go their own way, and maybe some breaks or some bad runs from the favorites out there. And maybe you don't have to win every single race like you have in the past, and you can get a couple 2s or some 3s and really be competitive there on come Sunday afternoon, which is when the pressure really builds and you can see it. That's what I love about this race. The atmosphere gets really built up. We got the music cranking, Scotty's getting into it. It's a totally different feel come Sunday when the pressure's really cranked for these guys, and I love it.
Probably, for one of the first times that I've seen it at the Reedy race, we got a triple jump over here that's really no joke. I mean, that you kind of have to know what you're doing in and out of that corner. You can kind of see that the guys that can kind of get in there, hustle the car right, and then get straight. And, I don't remember being at a Reedy race where I felt like, the triple that's kind of here to our side and then the triple on the other side, that it seems like they could really be kind of a change, make for good racing or interesting racing.
Yeah, for sure. I drew the layout maybe about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And it's funny, RB, Robert Black, the owner of the track, actually sent me a video as I was kind of drawing it of an old layout they had here, and we ended up meeting very close. And people that have been to trackside will know that the chicane coming down onto the straightaway, they had that a few years ago. So what I try to do when I design the track is try to take the best pieces of all the different events I've been to, certain sections, certain combinations, and then put it on paper, and then the OCRC guys kind of interpret it from there. And there might not be a lot of places where you can get inside of somebody on this track, but what you can do is you can pressure them, and that pressure will cause mistakes, which, in this type of racing is really the best way to pass somebody. So I think that's what you'll see a lot of, those last couple laps when you got Cavallari or Mayfield or whoever it is breathing down your back, see if you can hold on to it. And I think it's going to be really, really exciting.
All right, well, that's Brent Thielke here with Team Associated. We got Nick Black over here. He's taking care of the track. They're about ready to decorate this thing and make it look fancy tonight. And we appreciate Brent putting on this race and doing the interview. And we'll see you tomorrow, Brent. And thanks again.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks to all the sponsors of the event: Team Associated, Upgrade, J Concepts, Proline, Live RC, OCRC Raceway, Monster Energy. Without all those guys, we really couldn't put on the event that we do. And I think we've done a good job and hope to continue doing it for all you racers out there.
All right, thanks again, and look forward to tomorrow and see some actual racing. And let's see who can get to the top of the charts in the Invitational class and the Open class, who it's actually shaping up to be just as interesting as Invitational. So thanks for watching.